I am really excited to kick off yet another awards season. I cannot believe that it is 2026, that it is February, and that we are now officially launching the 5th National Tutoring Awards. I have a bit of a presentation to go through with you all that is going to, for the sake of everybody who might be watching the recording, kind of just ease us all back into what the awards are and what they're for, what the changes are for 2026, and how you can apply this year. So, welcome to the launch party. For those of you who don't know who I am, if you don't know who I am quite yet, I'm Sam and I'm the events manager at the Tutors Association. And this session is going to be recorded and I'll be sharing it either later today or tomorrow morning, depending on when Google finish processing it. If you would like to, and if you're not already, you can scan this QR code now and join the dedicated WhatsApp group specifically for the National Tutoring Awards. So this is where all of the other applicants, delegates, judges, sponsors will be throughout the awards process. For those of you that are TTA members, you'll maybe have noticed, so with all of the changes in the community recently being member only, this awards group has now moved outside of the community and is now kind of like its own group, but it is still monitored and run. If you have any questions either throughout the Q&A or during the awards process, you can message in here and I will try and help as many people as possible. So I can see a couple of you have joined. Well done. Okay, so I wanted to start by reminding us all why these awards matter. Because for us, the National Tutoring Awards are more than a celebration. They're a statement of the value of our profession. So by applying, you're helping to showcase the incredible standards, commitment and impact that tutoring delivers every day. Your story could inspire others, shape perceptions and elevate the voice of tutors, tuition businesses and partners across the UK and beyond. So they are really, really important for not just us, not just you as tutors, but for the sector as a whole. The awards also aren't just about business growth and professional achievement. They're about the ripple effect that tutors create silently in the background. Because behind every student is, behind every entry, a student who has either found their voice, who has reclaimed their confidence, or who has reconnected with learning through the work and dedication of the tutors and tuition businesses and partners that are working with them. The tuition sector is growing, professionalising and innovating, and these awards help shape the public perception of tutoring as a serious and valuable part of the education landscape. So by celebrating the excellence, we raise the bar for what we think tuition can be and for who it can reach. And sorry, I'm really nervous, and I know that I shouldn't be because it's like the 5th one now. Right, so many of us work independently, but the National Tutoring Awards brings us all together. I think a lot of us know that tutoring can be very isolated at times, and at TTA we really do try to build a community. And whether you choose to enter or not, this moment for the National Tutoring Awards is for everybody. And the commitment that you show to your learners day in, day out. So that is what we're celebrating. And again, whether you apply, whether you get shortlisted, whether you join us for the evening, whether you watch the live stream, or whether you're just cheering everybody on from the sidelines, thank you for the part that you play in shaping the lives of students across the UK and the world through tuition, because without you, the awards would not be possible. So, just a quick thank you to our sponsors. As a non-profit organisation, the Tutors Association runs these awards entirely in service of the sector. And we truly couldn't do it without the support of our sponsors. They make it possible, from delivering a professional, high quality evening to shining the spotlight on the incredible impact that you are all making across the sector. So we are incredibly grateful to our sponsors for helping make this possible, not just financially, but by championing the value of tutoring and the professionals who deliver it. If you would like to become a sponsor, we do have a couple of sponsorship spaces left. So I thought I'd get this in at the beginning so you can all consider it. Last year, it was a complete sellout. The sooner that you let me know that you'd like to be involved in a category, the sooner that I can get your logo up and you will get a lot more visibility from it. If you become a sponsor, you'll be recognised as a supporter of tutoring and education. You'll have the ability to reach thousands of tutors, tuition businesses and sector leaders and build trust by supporting a non-profit awards programme, as well as us kind of then helping you to get exposure across the sector as well. So if you'd like to be part, please drop me an email. So, sorry, I feel like I've powered through that bit. What's new for 2026? I'm going to go through the categories first. So our Professional Tutor Awards categories for 2026 are Professional Tutor of the Year, SEND Tutor, Primary Tutor, Secondary Tutor, and then we have a small update this year. So to make this category last year was the post-18 tutor. To make this more inclusive and more aligned with the terminology used across the sector, and also to make it clearer for both applicants and judges, this year, this category is transitioning to become the post-16 tutor. And then we have the home education tutor as well. So we kind of have our overarching group of categories, which is the professional tutor category. So if you are a professional tutor, you can apply to any of these awards. We then also have a small change. So previously, we have asked that any professional tutors who are applying have a DBS that is either valid within the last 12 months or that you are on the update service. Sorry, that was short slides. Last year, you could kind of apply, and then if you hadn't uploaded the evidence, you could send us the evidence. But this created quite a large amount of admin on our end. So this year, it's going to be really important. You need to have a valid DBS within the year or be on the update service before you apply. The applications are open for the next 8 weeks, so there should be ample time for you to get a DBS if you do not have a DBS. I know that a lot of our members will have that already anyway, so if you're a non-member, this is probably a little bit more valid for you. If you enter and you do not submit this data and we cannot reconcile your application with a valid DBS, your application will not be accepted, unfortunately. But just to make sure that this requirement is being followed, that is one of the new criteria for this year for all of the professional tutor awards. Okay, so Tuition Business Awards 2026. We have a name change. So we have changed Tuition Business of the Year under 1 million to SME Tuition Business of the Year. And again, to mirror that change, we have got our new Enterprise Tuition Business of the Year. So the rest of the criteria for anybody who applied to these last year remains unchanged. It is just hopefully you'll agree, quite a nice sparkling name change. We just had a few people say that it would be nice to take the revenue requirement out of the name. So hopefully you will agree. We've got Online School of the Year. We've got Tuition Franchise or Centre of the Year this year. So last year, this was just Tuition Franchise. So this name change is to be able to include people who run tuition centres as well. Private tutoring provider, school partnership provider, alternative provision provider, and outstanding team member in tuition. So for outstanding team member in tuition this year, we have a very small criteria change whereby we will only be accepting or moving forwards one application per company. So if you've got lots of staff that you work with that are amazing, of course you do, and you would like to enter somebody, this year we're only going to be accepting applications for one person per company, just so that we can make the spread of companies a little bit better. So if there is more than one, say you and a colleague without knowing both apply, then I will just contact in that instance and say, okay, which application do we want to go forwards with? We also have a change to the revenue criteria for both of the Tuition Business of the Year categories. So the evidence will need to be uploaded again, but this year we're taking into account those working on an EA versus an EB model. So if you are entering SME Tuition Business of the Year and you are operating on an EA model, your revenue will need to be under 500,000. If you're on an EB model, your revenue will need to be under 1 million. And then the mirror of that for if you're entering enterprise. And then if you are working a hybrid model and at least 10% of your business is conducted as an EB or EA, with the remainder conducted, sorry, this is from John, via the other business model, the limit is 750,000. And if you're thinking of entering either of these awards and you've not a clue what I've just said, there is more guidance on our website, but otherwise you should get in touch with John or Julius and they will be able to help, because this is quite a crucial part. You will need to, if you're entering the tuition business categories, describe to us what your operating model is so we can ensure that you are working compliantly. And obviously then it makes up part of the revenue criteria too. Tuition Partner Awards for 2026 are Tuition Partner of the Year, Educational Resources for Tuition, Professional Services for Tuition, and Technology Tools for Tuition. And you'll be glad to know these remain unchanged from 2026. So, application process changes. I'm really excited to share some of these with you. This year, as a non-profit professional body, we are proud to try to keep the National Tutoring Awards accessible to all. But this year, for non-members, introducing a small processing and administration fee of £50 plus VAT per application. For members, this will remain free for as many applications as you would like to enter. Please do ensure that your applications are relevant to the criteria and not just a copy and paste across many, just so that we're taking care of member resources to process them. But it is going to be a membership benefit for TTA members. If you are not a member, and instead of paying the application fee, you'd like to consider joining, you can join through the website as well, and then you'll save on the application fee, the VAT, and you'll also get access to lots of other benefits as well. So it's definitely worth considering becoming a member if you are not. Next, what else is new? We have got a sparkling application platform this year. So no more Google Forms, no more character limits. I'm really excited to announce that we are using the Zealous platform, which is a dedicated awards platform that makes applying easier, smoother, and more professional than ever. You'll be able to complete your application, upload your supporting materials, and track your progress all in one place. It's really simple to use, it's mobile friendly, and it's built to showcase your work at its best. So I'm really, really excited that we've reached the stage at the 5th National Tutoring Awards now to be able to offer a platform, which I think is really good. And also it looks really nice, it's really easy. So yeah, hopefully you'll all enjoy using that. We also have a little bit more of a streamlined application process. So as you'll all know, last year you needed to basically write 2,000 characters for your overall application. And what that meant was that the judges then had to really look through your application. It was a lot of text in one go. As you know, with Google Forms, we couldn't do formatting either. So this year, what we've decided to do is break down your application into 5 different questions instead. So this is for Professional Tutor of the Year. Instead of us just asking you to meet the criteria in 2,000 characters in one text box, you will now be asked to explain. You can kind of see the, can I draw? Oh, no, I can't draw. To explain question 1, for example, in 200 words. We've also given you some ideas about what the judges are looking for. So hopefully, by breaking this down into more shorter focus questions directly aligned with the judging criteria, it will help you to really highlight the impact of your work and think about what this question is really for. Next, the judging panel. So just to kind of remind you all what the judging panel is, what it's there for, who it is. So we'll be releasing the judging panel soon. All of our entries, so once the application process closes, will be processed and judged independently based on your written submission only. And each of our judges will be using a structured scoring matrix to make sure that your application is judged, or that all applications are judged fairly across the board. We then also have the People's Choice Award again. So once everybody for an overarching category has been announced at the shortlist reveal party, everybody, for example, that has been shortlisted for any of the professional tutor categories will be entered into the People's Choice Award. This year, the public voting will take place via the Zealous platform, and a little bit of a change, but you will get a 1 vote per application. You get 1 vote per application, and you can vote for as many applications as you like this year. But I don't think that that's going to affect it. Also be able to read the short public snippets that everybody will give when they apply this year as well. So as you're voting, you'll be able to see why this person thought that they should win, for example, and what their application in a nutshell is about. Just a reminder for anybody who is applying, for anybody who does get shortlisted, and for anybody who is in the People's Choice Award, we will not tolerate any vote buying, incentives, or manipulation to get votes, and any unfair activity may lead to disqualification from the People's Choice and the awards. And hopefully that will be the last time that I have to say this for this award season. Cool. Next, important dates. So obviously this changes every year, but I think the format is vaguely the same now. So we've got applications opening today. Applications will close on the 29th of March. So you've got pretty much 8 solid weeks now to get your applications ready. After this session, I will be emailing everybody with the links on where to apply, with the application handbook again, which has all of the information in that you will need to read through to make sure that you are answering the questions for each category you want to apply to. You will be able to go to the Zealous platform, create your account, and preview the questions that are needed before you start applying as well. So for anybody that then wants to kind of like print those off and start, writing your answers down, that's a really good place to start. We won't be accepting any applications other than through the Zealous platform. And then on the 22nd of May, we've got our shortlist reveal party. I think we had something like almost 200 people join us last year. So that was a lot of fun. It's definitely one for the calendar. Definitely, once you see the link to register, go and register. It's where we announce everybody who's made the shortlist. And after that is when the People's Choice voting opens, which is open for 3 weeks. And then for anybody who wishes to network and put faces to names before the awards, we have an online networking hub on Friday, the 26th of June as well. And then on the 3rd of July is both the Tuition Leadership Day this year and the awards. So just to break down what is happening on the 3rd of July. If you are traveling to London for the day, you can kind of make the most of it and also join us for our 2026 Tuition Leadership Day. So this is a strategic member-led event shaping the future of tuition, and building on the energy and insight that made the last event such a powerful experience. It is limited. We do have a limited amount of tickets for this one. So if you want to get a ticket, please do so sooner rather than later to avoid disappointment. So you can scan this QR code and at least just go and save the link for now. It's at the Royal Lancaster Hotel between 9 and 3 on the 3rd of July. You will then have a 2.5-hour break to go and glam yourself up before the awards kick off. So I'll just leave that there for one more second. And then for the awards evening, we've got the red carpet will be opening for photos and networking from 5:30. At 6:30, we will have the drinks reception. So this is when the official drinks reception is served. The bar will be open before that for you to buy your own drinks. At 7:20 p.m, we'll go into dinner and the ceremony will begin. We are trialing something different this year, and we'll be interspersing the categories throughout the meal to try and see how that goes. I have really good data on how long each category took last year. For those of you who came to the awards last year, last year, if you were shortlisted, we invited everybody to get up on stage when we announced the category. This year, we're going to be doing something a little different again. We will be making sure that everybody does have a chance to shine on the screens. before, like as we're announcing the category. However, we'll only announce the winner. We will only invite the winner up onto the stage this year. So yeah, hopefully that is a good change. And then once the winners are announced, we then have a disco, all of the entertainment and more networking. And then it officially ends at 1 a.m. But for those of you who don't need sleep, you can go up to the hotel bar and carry on at the unofficial after party. So just to quickly run through what is included, we have the red carpet experience, meet and greet at registration. We have a glass of bubbles at the official drinks reception. We've got live music, a photo booth. We've got Alex is coming back, who is just the most amazing magician I think many of us have met. I still don't know how he does it. We have our glitter station again. Over 400 people to network with, a delicious meal with half a bottle of wine. And of course, if you come to the evening, you will get front row seats, an exclusive printed brochure, and you will get access to our pick and mix bar. And then you will also be able to come to the disco. Again, more networking after the dinner and the after party. So the early bird rate, importantly for the awards, is closing this Sunday. Yeah, because we're Monday now. This Sunday, the 8th of February. So definitely make the most of that before it closes. You can buy, if you are a TTA member, you can buy as many tickets as you would like at the early bird rate. So if you would like to bring friends, partners, colleagues, your team, your tutors, get in touch for any tickets of 5 and above. We can also set up a payment plan for you as well. So please do get in touch before Sunday if you want to make the most use of the early bird rate as well. Cool. Questions. So, sorry, it's been a whistle-stop tour. I wanted to just make sure for anybody watching the recording that they had enough information before we just got to general questions. But before we do get to general questions, I just want to ask, or to give like a little question process. So some of you may know I'm the only member in the events team. So my resources as one person are quite limited, although I really do try to make sure that we can get back to everybody. But if you have a question, in the first instance, please read the application handbook, especially the FAQs at the end. I've put a lot of effort into making sure that we keep this up to date. I will be adding more in because there's a live Canva link as well. So if there's something relevant coming up, I'll make sure I add more in. And the majority of your answers, I hope, can be found at the end in the FAQs. This year, we will also have one live Q&A, or I've called it a Q&A. I imagine it more as like a little drop-in. So I will just be there working in the background for the hour. If you've got a question, please join within that time and I will be happy to answer them. We won't be giving direct application guidance, or not guidance, but feedback or reviewing questions and answers and everything else, nor will we be giving out any template applications or kind of like draft applications as well. So you will need to do the writing and the checking and the what do you think. But if you've got any questions on what might be good or what should be included, or how would I say it? Does the criteria apply to me? Then we can answer those bits. And then lastly, if you still haven't managed to find an answer, then please do email me. So entries are now open, or they will be open at 2 p.m. or when I go and switch the switch. But does anybody have any questions that I haven't covered so far? I'm sorry, I'm going to make my screen a little bit bigger now so that I can see you all and see the chat.
Fiona Dude is the first question.
Okay. Would you like to say it out loud, or would you like me to find? Was it in the chat?
No, Fiona, do you want to come off mute and ask your question? It's not in the chat.
Oh, right. Okay. Sorry.
Fiona? Fiona, you're on mute.
Where was the question? Sorry.
No, she's not said it yet.
Oh, right. Okay.
Hand up.
Okay. Oh, Fiona, sorry, I can see that your hand is up, but you are still muted.
if you look at the bottom of the screen, there should be a microphone icon on the left.
Sorry,
Oh,
it was just, can we have that code again for the tickets, please?
Yes, let me go.
I missed it. Thank you.
That's okay. So this is tickets for the awards, and then I can go back to the leadership tickets in a minute as well.
Thank you.
I'll make sure that I'll email you all after this with the links as well, which will also include to the application handbook. Okay, so in the chat, I can see some questions about DBS that's been answered. Judges, we only close this over the weekend for applications, so anybody who has applied will be reviewed, and then I will be getting in contact and announcing this towards the end of the month. Does anybody else have any questions? Silence. Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
Sorry, I'm commuting. I just want to know, have I missed applying for it to be a judge now? Has that gone?
It has, sorry, it's closed.
Okay. All right. Thank
Sorry,
you.
Anna. Any other questions? And then I can go, oh, so these are, once we've finished, I will go and open it, but this will be the link where you can go and apply for an award. Helen.
Just as a thought, is it possible, I know we've talked about and seen in the past nominations, does the process work differently if you want to nominate somebody else in a category? In the past, we've obviously had to get lots of references, and that's hard to do if you are nominating somebody else. Is that included in the process somehow?
Yes, so the reference is still included in the process, and the DBS part as well. Last year we had a case where somebody nominated somebody who made it quite far through the process unaware, and then obviously when we then got in touch to say, okay, well, we don't have your DBS, please can we have it, they actually didn't want to be entered. So I think that, and they withdrew, which is fair. I just think that if you want to nominate somebody, whilst I can appreciate it would be really nice for them to be surprised by a shortlist, I think that just getting some general acceptance or just a conversation to say, I think you're amazing, let's work on this together or something maybe, just to make sure that you've kind of, got their consent, but also then you can work on the references and everything else. It's still a minimum of 2 references, maximum of 4. But you can see everything is on kind of like one tab this year, so it definitely makes it look a lot clearer.
Yeah, it was just if maybe for a future, if the software allows that if you nominated, then a thing went, someone has nominated you, if you'd like to continue, here is the form or something. I don't know if that's all in software, because software does what software does. But yeah, just as a thought for nominating other people that we want to see recognised in the tuition industry.
Thank you. Perfect. Any other questions? Amazing. Right. In that case, I will end the call in a moment. I will email you all very, very shortly with all of the resources and everything that you need. The next, sorry, I got rid of all of my windows so that I didn't get distracted. The next Q&A live is, or not Q&A live, but the next Q&A for the awards is going to be on the 10th of February. Sorry, what day? It doesn't tell me what day of the week that is. So it's going to be next Tuesday at, this is the wrong calendar. I'm useless, but yeah, it's going to be next Tuesday, I think in the afternoon, because I've tried to move the days and the times around so that anybody who can't make it one week can make it the next. It's going to be at 1 p.m. next Tuesday. Amazing. And then I will send the video out as soon as I have it processed. Perfect. Thank you so much, everybody. I'm so excited to kick off this year's awards, and I really can't wait to see all of your applications to start coming in.
Thanks so much, Sam. Thanks so much, everyone. Fiona, have you got another question?
Sorry, I may have missed this. Apologies if I have. Did you say that you will be putting out some draft applications so we sort of have an idea?
No, we won't be doing that.
It won't be. Thank you. I
No,
just want to
sorry.
clarify.
So we're happy to answer any questions, but when it comes to kind of like draft or template applications, we won't be providing guides because it changes per person, per category,
Yes,
and what
sure.
the student's looking for.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thanks so much, everyone. Thanks, Fiona.
Brilliant. Thank you, everybody. Have a good afternoon.
And good luck.